episode is brought to you by GameFound. Create a free pledge manager for your project.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. What's up?
I'm Mike DeLisio. I'm back, baby. I'm back.
What were you humming?
Where were you also?
I was at a theme park.
Oh, you weren't here last time we did this.
Not here last time.
I'm sorry. I apologize. You are less than memorable.
That's fantastic. I'm happy to be back. Thanks, Z.
Chris Yee, by the way, definitely funnier than you.
Well, I've heard such in the live chat, Z. That's all the scuttlebutt going on in the live chat.
Sometimes that live chat has it on the nose. All right, folks. So here is the deal. We talk about games on Kickstarter and sometimes GameFound. We're going to talk more and more about GameFound as time goes by. I've seen a lot of they have their upcoming projects on there, and there's quite a few really awesome ones listed.
Yes.
That will snowball. But when we talk about Kickstarter, let me spell this out just in case anyone misses it. We only talk about Kickstarters ending in the next week or so. Like a week, 8 days. And then next week, we'll talk about the next week ending and so on and so forth.
So people should not expect to see us talking about something that launched, say, yesterday.
Not unless it runs for 7 days.
Correct. Which doesn't happen very often. It can, but not very often.
The comment gets left on like every single one of these we do.
Single one.
Why didn't you talk about Watch a Budget? Also, a stellar week for silly Kickstarters anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have your pick of the week in mind?
I really don't. This is a rough week for me, Tom.
I don't think so. I'll see him again and see.
I'm considering a dice project, if that tells you anything.
Well, before we get into everything, let's run a contest here.
Yes.
So, we have a contest. Look on the screen right now, and you can see you're emailing us at contest@dicetower.com, and this is about Nexum Galaxy. It's on Kickstarter right now. All you have to do is email us at that address, put Nexum in the subject line, and then in the body tell us how many, or name the civilizations, from Nexum Galaxy. What are they? There's the Garcians, the Vassalites, and Delisio's Delights.
Delisio's Delights.
Anyhow, that's not the names of them, but go there, check it out. It's a 4X game, a streamlined one. You can go look at it as these round tiles and cards. I've played some games from this company before, which I enjoyed. So check it out. There's a link to this Kickstarter in the description. We will have 2 winners for the contest. It's worldwide, and they will win a copy of the game and the expansion.
Nice.
If you ever want to see who's won our contest, just go to dicetower.com/contests.
Nice.
All right.
I'm ready. Let's dive right in.
I didn't ask Roy if we had any segments. Roy, do we have any segments?
One for Mark.
All right, we'll get to that later. For now, let's jump into Kickstarters. Here we go!
Yes.
And we'll start with the best dice. I'm not saying it's the best. Also, sharp edge dice, which I automatically dislike.
But I like sharp edge dice. I think
There's 2
prefer
reasons.
them.
One, they hurt my hand.
Well, you're soft. What's next?
I am soft. I didn't do any push-ups today. And 2,
they can perforate your esophagus.
no, and 2, they don't roll as well. They just don't. They stop rolling faster.
Because you're soft when you throw them.
You need to do more push-ups, Tom. Then you can handle the real people dice.
You just throw them like Hadouken.
Right.
Bang!
Now, I made some type of a comment about sharp dice on a previous Kickstarting, and I think someone came in and said that those are preferred for RPG gamers. I don't know if that's
Those are
true or
preferred
not.
by the person who said it.
I guess.
There is no consensus on dice. People
Let me-
like dice.
Let me make it clear. I honestly don't care that much about sharp versus not sharp.
Good. I'm going to be sticking a pile under your chair tomorrow. We'll see which one you care about.
Do you normally find yourself traipsing across dice, and that's why you like the rounded ones?
No, the real reason I like the rounded ones, though, is they roll. I want my dice to roll.
Yeah, I agree.
Sharp-sided dice, they roll a couple times and they stop.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess it depends how big it is also, though. Like a 20-sided sharp-edged die.
That will still roll.
That's sleek. And it looks really clean and good. And it'll still roll because it's basically round.
That being said,
What do we
these
think about
Nebula
these?
Cloud dice look great.
Most of these look pretty good. There's a couple of color combinations.
They could have used white here, I think. For
Yeah,
the
or
font.
green. They could have gone with green.
one's
That's
fine.
not bad, except the problem with these is occasionally a side is too dark.
Because
Maybe.
it's random, right? Because the
Yeah.
plastic is random.
Right,
you
right.
might end up with a number that isn't that legible.
That's a nice looking one.
These
there.
are some of the better ones. I think
like
there's only one.
flavor.
There's only one set I like better
That's
than those
pretty
later
slick.
on. Those are NATO.
It's okay. It's okay.
This
I
is
like
what you
that.
like? Am I guessing?
No, they have yellow numbers.
That's kind of nice, actually.
Which ones are the ones I like?
That's too hard to read.
Too hard to read, yeah. That's
That
very,
looks
very
great.
bright,
I
yeah.
like those a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Blood and Snow, not that great.
Those,
Dark
I
Pack,
think,
they're
are the
really
ones I
nice.
like the most.
Yeah, those do look good.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones I like the most. The number in yellow, that golden yellow, really pops. I like the swirl because it's mostly dark colors anyway. Those look good, and I feel like they would haunt someone.
Correct. You'd be making a dark pact with somebody. Am I correct that these are maybe a little bit pricier than we normally see for a full set of dice?
Yes. However, realistically, this is a husband and wife team, they say in the comments. So it's their first project, and if they're hand making them,
they're
we'll
nice.
see.
I mean, I think
worry
these
about
are nice looking, but
when people will get these, because how many backers they're making some bank.
yeah,
It's doing really
Wow,
well.
look
You're
at
right.
that.
That's a lot of
1,400 backers.
good for these people, though, right?
That's great.
That's fantastic.
But if it really is just them two and they're not hiring anyone to help, it's going to be a long
gonna be
time.
a lot.
And well, if you back, then your name is Aardvark Alala. That way you get, if they do it alphabetically, you can take that
Aardvark
chance.
If you-
Alala.
Only if it's alphabetical.
If it's alphabetical, though, you're in.
Whenever I do something I'm fulfilling, I do it by the alphabet backwards.
We were all teachers at one point. Did you ever love throwing off your students by messing with the alphabetizing, and people would, the students would expect certain things. You do like reverse alphabetizing. You start in the middle and go to the other end. I would do that all the time.
I never sat my kids by alphabetical order because I hated it as a kid.
Yeah, well, they hated it. It made it easier to return your papers and stuff, and to get to know the names of your kids. But
I just learned them because of the care I had for my students.
I never knew. I never cared.
Fighters of the Pacific.
I will abstain from answering these questions.
Fighters of the Pacific is a really good-looking game. For a no-luck, that's what they're saying, a no-luck war game, moving around and fighting. You know, this game, had this been made 20 years ago, would have been chits, ugly chits flying around. These are neat-looking little airplanes flying around. I'm kind of... I might play this.
I feel like they like what you said. They're kind of taking something and kind of streamlining it, because the one thing I thought was clever was that each plane is this little token, and if it's at high altitude, it's on one side, it's white. If it's on low altitude, you flip it over and it's blue. That's clever, right? You don't have to mess with like putting it on a little stand.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And things like that. So the gameplay looks to be, very tactical, which I would play it, but it's not anything that's jumping out at me.
I'm curious, does it say how long a game takes? I didn't see
it said
that
at
in
the
there.
front. I did at the very top. It said it, but it didn't look like it was outrageously long.
I mean, I guess if I was going to play a game with this setting, I would rather play this. I like that it is a war game, or at least a war-themed one.
Yeah.
And it is not, yet again, troops and then, mounted troops or tanks and artillery. This is just planes. I kind of like that focus. I like picking one thing.
2
120
hours.
minutes. Okay,
Now,
that's a little long.
That's a little long, but I wouldn't mind if there was like a 30-minute skirmish match.
It's a 1X game.
It's a 1X game. I really do like the graphic design and the font, basically. For some reason, that is very appealing to me.
I know the name of this company. What else have they done?
Too creative, Tom. Let's find out.
Well, Fleet Commander. Okay, I remember hearing about that.
We had that, I thought, at one point.
We may have had that.
Yeah, but Capsicum, and now that I see their logo, it dawns on me, they've done card games and stuff before.
Okay.
I know that company. They've got this little game that I remember seeing at Essen. Knoxford.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was a...
That's Capsicum. Yeah.
Interesting.
That
Okay.
I'm telling you, I've heard of this
that
company
got picked up by
before.
another company later on in English, but that's where I first saw it.
Okay, yeah. It was picked up. I saw it when it was picked up. Okay.
Alrighty. Well, cool.
Yeah.
All right. The Summoning of Kramdar.
This is the best video of the week by
yes.
far. We can't really, you're not going to get the full effect, but it's very much a tongue-in-cheek family sitting around the table, but in this case, summoning demons.
Yeah, they did an 80s vibe mixed with, like, they go just creepy enough, but not really.
Right. Yeah, it is very funny. They've got the right. If you heard the voiceover, it's all very, very well done.
The voiceover is fantastic. Yeah.
Now the game itself. doesn't look terribly appealing to me.
Here's the thing: if it didn't have that funny video, I would sit there and go, "Is this an occult?" I mean, obviously that they're trying to go for that vibe, but from the video, it's clear that they're trying to be silly.
Yeah.
But I would not have gotten that from the game/pieces.
Yeah, or
because they're playing it straight in as far as the components go.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. Even just the page itself doesn't kind of show you that they're taking it tongue in cheek. That video is what really.
I know. It seems like a lot of heavy lifting from the
I like the
video.
name of their company, though. Good-looking kids.
I'm not a huge fan. Also, I mean, was this the one that had like a bunch of different early bird pledges? I don't like that. If this is theirs,
yes.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of 4 or 5 different early bird pledges.
Look,
it's like,
well, I don't believe in early birds anyway. I don't feel like I should have to be at a spot at a certain time to get a discount. You just punish. You always irritate me slightly.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'll get to your Kickstarter and go, oh. Well, forget that then. I'm not here.
I think it
even when you're the one who's early.
People.
No, if I'm early, I never see them that fast though. You'd have to know when it's going live.
I'm not a fan of early bird stuff.
All right, Propag'Action.
Exactly.
Propag'Action.
Exactly.
Our life is in your hands. Also, their Kickstarter's in your hands. Well, this one's in 2 different languages, so there's that.
Sure. Yeah, it's French and English.
It's about saving the world from bacteria taking over. I really dislike everything about how this looks.
Absolutely hate the name.
I like the artwork out of context.
Maybe,
Whoever the illustrator is, I think they're a good illustrator. I like those.
Do you?
I do. You know what this artwork looks like? The game we just played, the World Changers game.
The Mind Management game? Or wait, the World Changers game. Oh, World Changers. Yeah, the little
it's
card
the same.
game.
It's very similar artwork. I mean,
can see that, actually. I can see that.
But this is,
yeah.
you know, I'm not really loving the, what's actually like what the game looks like. I like the artwork, but this graphic design, which is indicative of what you see in the game, that block of text there.
Right.
No, I don't love it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I might try this. If it was in front of me when it's final, I might try it.
Yeah.
But nothing's drawing me to it.
Right.
There's nothing there really grabbing me.
Yeah, it's their first project, so.
This dice is making almost $1 million, or $750,000. That's Orbidice.
This is the first dice project that you've kind of brought to us here
that
where I was like, man, you know what? I could really see myself backing this.
These are stinking cool.
Slick, man. These are super slick. Even the little dice tower that's not really a dice tower, it's just an orbital thing.
That is so neat.
It's so neat. I mean, this looks like a really smart. People try to innovate dice all the time because we see it almost every week, and it very rarely feels innovative.
Right.
This really does. This is cool.
They're not cheap, man.
No, they're not cheap, but man, are they cool looking.
You're going to get some of these.
I did not back them yet.
Oh,
I don't know.
You got to get that basketball die.
Come on, bring it out. You've got to back these dice. These are great. These look great.
I don't like that color scheme that much.
All these boring, stupid dice.
Yeah, come on. And now that you actually pick a set that looks...
nothing but boring, stupid dice.
Right.
Now we've got some killer dice.
If I get them, I'll get these Pink Blast ones. I like those.
Purple Taste? You would go with that over Purple Taste?
I think the Pink Blast will pop off the table better.
No, it's Mr. Orange or bust.
Or Cyberpunk Blues.
Cyberpunk Blues is nice too, actually.
Yeah, I don't like the black, and I think the red one's a little too dark for me.
The bush green's a little dark,
and Gravity
too.
Brown, who even wants that?
That neon green.
They didn't even try to name it a good name.
Gravity Brown. I'll tell you one thing I don't like about these. Literally the only thing I don't like. They have a custom pip for their 1 or their 20 or whatever.
Okay.
And I don't need it.
Yeah.
Don't brand it. Your dice looks so bizarre that I don't need another little reminder of who you are and what you made.
Right.
Just give me the gamut of numbers.
Yeah.
You know?
These are so
Because
cool.
these are so neat. Look
When
at
is this
that.
being
I mean,
delivered?
These are Tron dice is what these are.
I'm telling you, if you were making a sci-fi movie
Oh my gosh, right?
and there's a scene in which people are rolling dice and you're not using this, you're a hack.
As a matter of fact, if you're making currently a sci-fi movie, I need you to insert a scene where people are rolling dice for some reason.
No reason at all.
Perhaps
We're stuck in a cave.
perhaps your
Get out the
survival
dice.
depends on a die roll. Orbidice,
All right.
Orbidice, right?
These are really.
Yeah, those are awesome. I love those.
The Secret Cabal Gaming Podcast 2021 10th year extravaganza. Secret Cabal is part of the Dice Tower Network. It is the one podcast I listen to more frequently than any other with board gaming.
Greetings, Cabalists. That's my Tony Topper.
It's good.
It's not bad.
A lot of promos and stuff
I wasn't
here.
going to let that hang there, you know?
Fireball Islands. There's a saxophone for Lost Ruins of Arnak.
There you go.
A couple of these are a little disturbing here, but
no, it's a solid podcast. I've listened to it many times. They have a very passionate fan base, right? And
Cabalists.
It's good that they are Cabalists.
They play that Camran
right.
what was that game? The Ramrog. The evil one. They play that game.
Kramdar or whatever it was.
Yeah, or whatever it is.
Yeah. No, I'm glad to see that they are they're funding, and it would be nice if they can hit their highest level. I think they're getting close.
Yeah, it's really close. Yeah. So a little bit farther on. All right, congratulations to them. Quantum playing cards.
These cards didn't do a whole lot for me, but the little hand stuff the hand card manipulation stuff in the video was very cool. I enjoyed watching that.
Oh, I didn't even watch the video.
Yeah, there's some really talented people here. Now, this may not be
I think that's what
impressive to a lot of people.
I think that's what you would do, though, right? If you want to show off cards, have someone who does that sort of thing.
Have some
so you can do that.
No, I can't.
I saw you do it.
Oh, hello.
You can do that, right?
Huh?
You can do that.
No.
Is that Brian Drake?
Is that Brian Drake?
I can't do any of this cardistry. Are you kidding? No.
And if you can do this stuff, you don't get to play in games with me.
Correct. Because you
Unless it's a co-op
These
game.
cards are...
Are these cards magic? Because I just saw him change it.
Well, watch this. It's gone.
Well, I don't want a card that disappears.
Yeah.
Are they showing... Okay, actually, Mike, I think this might be not the best move for them.
Right.
Because I'm watching what the guy's doing.
That's true.
And
more
ignoring
than
the cards.
Well, if the
right.
cards were more interesting, I would pay attention to the cards. But these cards to me are boring.
I'm sorry, those are pretty boring cards.
Then why are they making $30,000?
Because of magic tricks, Tom. They're going to make your 20 disappear.
No, these are pretty lame.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it. I also don't like the theme. I mean, okay, so they're going for quantum physics, and the chord cards are quantum physics people, so...
I don't hate that.
Yeah, whatever.
It's all right, but
most of the cards are standard looking, whatever. Okay, I'll go buy a bicycle deck.
Do you know that you would like to see immortalized on a playing card?
Actually, I do know the names of most of these people.
Go ahead.
Really?
I'm reading them here.
Come
it
on.
says.
Well, then you're reading them.
Right, I know them if I can read them too. I don't know
I just said I know who they are. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Who's the Queen of Hearts?
Playing with the Queen
That's
of
my
Hearts.
mom's sister.
Now you're just making stuff up.
Okay, moving on. Light Up 360, the lamp for miniature painting.
This seems like a neat idea.
I thought it looked really cool.
I'm not a miniature painter, but this, even as somebody that has no knowledge about this, I look at that and that makes intuitive sense. Like, oh, that's cool. It gives you room to move. It gives you a nice diffused light.
My only problem with this was I would want it to be able to be raised or lowered slightly.
So you put some books under it. The lowering would be tough.
No kidding, Mike. But I meant I
serious.
wouldn't mind if that was built into it a little bit.
Maybe.
Most lamps you can adjust the height of them.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose.
A lot of lamps you can adjust the height of.
I don't
putting
know.
books
This
under
is
them.
cool. I like the orbital thing, yeah. I don't really know. I think this might be a cooler idea. And visually it looks amazing, right?
Yeah.
But I think practically, I don't know how useful it is necessarily to have a light that comes, like, I don't know if it needs to go all the way to, like, it shoots light from here.
Yeah.
And goes all the way. I could probably get away with, like, giving me, like, a 45 arc at the top. Like, how many times am I looking at the Mini and I'm like, aha, look, this light is letting me know that
I would have to actually ask.
You know what I mean? My eyes are up here.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'd have to ask somebody that.
My eyes are up here, Tom, okay? Watch your gaze. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, Z.
It seems weird that to have the light coming on the sides.
Yeah.
It creates those two pools of light. You can see them there.
Yeah.
I just realized, though, that how expensive is this? Because there's 51 backers.
$350,000.
Okay,
250.
How much is
$300.
this thing?
$300.
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah,
that's too much
I
money.
think for Holly, I'd be like, I'm just going to get you another lamp. You'll have two pointing, They're not that expensive.
Dude, you buy two of these, you put them together.
Oh.
For 360 lighting?
Then you hula hoop with that bad boy. You know?
I think we saw that project.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
NATO.
NATO.
Wow, this is definitely, just coming to the top of this is definitely a game that has its fans, because if I came here, I would have kept scrolling.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That's it?
Yeah. No, this is, and this is from what, Compass, and we've looked at a few of theirs.
And I'm sure it's a fine game for the people who like that.
Yeah, they have a very
thing.
particular model, which I think is basically take already established, well-known, well-regarded war games, spruce them up a bit.
Yes.
Put them on some mounted boards and things along those lines. So, I mean, they've found their niche, and it seems like they're doing well with it. It's not anything that any of us, I think, have any real interest in.
Right.
But I'm glad to see that the people that, like we said, that like this now are having the option to get, more spruced up versions.
I'll tell you, their war games, like looking at that,
Yeah.
that should be their motto. Should be like, we make other war games look like Candyland.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because that's definitely a war game.
Wow.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at that. Look, that's a lot of hexes.
That's so many hexes.
And then
Quite
another war
hexy.
game, back to
This is
back,
another
Operation
one.
Storm, Stalin's Barbbarossa. This is from One Small Step Games.
Here we go. Show
And they
it.
look kind of like the same thing,
All right,
really.
let's have a hex off. Which one is more
That's a
hex?
witch.
Which one is
that's a
more
witch-
hexy?
That's a witch contest there, Mike.
I think the last one is a little hexier than this one.
What if the Soviets attacked first in 1942?
It's a what if.
A what
series.
if game?
Hey, look, I
what
like
if.
what if a lot.
Yeah, what if is cool. It's like alternate history, right?
When I read fiction, alternate history,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of that.
yeah, it's a cool idea. That whole what was that show that was popular? The where if
the
Germans
Nazis
had
won.
Yeah, there's something in the something house.
Oh, yeah, the oh gosh.
Exactly. I
So
can't
that
remember.
was-
The Man in the High House or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
Man
that.
in High Tower.
Yeah.
Like Castle?
Yeah, that too.
Something Tower in the
Dark
Dice Tower.
Stephen King presents the Dark Tower, the war game, the dice game.
All right.
High
moving
Castle,
on.
I think is right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look,
Man in the
I don't want to pile on too much. I've seen this one advertised in a lot of places. Wow, I hate that cover
Here's the
so
thing.
much.
This is a little bit. I'm a little.
Who is that lady?
I'm a little bit frustrated. She's a lady. No, I'm a little frustrated by this one because it seems like the actual mechanics of the game are interesting to me. I like this rondelle. I like
Yes.
this idea of it's basically a follow action, right? Everyone gets the main action, and you get a better action. But the little twist to that is that it gets better and better as the game goes on. I guess it adds favor to it, and so your bonuses get better as the game goes on. And it's got building buildings, and I think mechanics
this
seem
looks like
really
a
cool.
prototype.
But boy, does this look! Who made those games like Peloponnese or?
Oh, that's
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
These look like those games to me.
Look, I'm not.
That is from.
Well, while you're talking about that, and by the way, is
And
Man
those
in the
were
High Castle
decent
says
games,
chat.
right? Okay, Man in the High Castle.
Look, I don't mind the idea of this game at all. I think this
No,
sounds like a
me
lot
too.
of fun.
Me too.
But wow, do I dislike how this looks.
It
It's like they
looks-
went out of their way to make it look bad.
Unattractive. Yeah, it's a shame because I think I would be. Well, look, I'm still interested enough in the game because I think mechanically it looks good. But I'm going to tell you, it would be tough because it looks so unappealing.
Yeah, we might end up playing it, so we'll see. But yeah,
look, I mean, I hope it's good. It looks like it could be good, but have you figured out what I was thinking about yet?
I know other games. I have other games of theirs. I
Yeah.
have that PAX card game of theirs.
Right.
And
They
I
have
have-
a similar look to me to
They
this.
do have a very similar look, yes.
Okay.
I cannot recall the name of the company now. It's going to bother me, too. Somebody please tell me what that company is called.
Yeah, someone in the chat, if you know which one I'm talking
all right,
about.
They make PAX,
Carrooka.
not PAX Premier, just
Yeah.
PAX.
And
And
Peloponnese.
Peloponnese.
Yeah.
And that new, domino tiled one that I really liked.
Oh, yeah.
That's theirs.
Okay. Someone
now
will
I'm
tell us.
insulting the artist. No, I'm just saying I don't like how it looks. Sorry.
Look, it just, if you don't like it,
whatever.
you don't like it. All right, Carrooka.
Carrooka. So this is a new flicking game.
Yeah.
That's not crokinole.
Not crokinole.
It's crokinole mixed with pool.
Yeah, he's saying the designer is saying basically it's carom mixed with snooker.
I almost wonder when I was reading through this, like, had he never heard of crokinole?
Maybe he
Because he didn't even mention crokinole. He just kept saying carom, and because
Yeah.
carom is a lot more well known. When I was a kid,
Correct.
I
Yes.
never heard of crokinole, but I
No.
saw carom boards all the time.
Loved carom, yeah. That being said, this looks pretty slick.
This is one of my. I'm glad this went to Kickstarter. This is
Yeah.
a guy making a cool project,
Right.
which if he had a booth at a game convention, I would stop and look at this and be like, ooh, that's neat.
And apparently he has like, I mean, it looks like he's kind of going all in on this. He's got his workshop. I mean, he's a carpenter, I think, but yeah, by trade.
Yeah, I like these pictures a lot.
I mean, yeah, it's neat. You can see this is a handcrafted item. You could pull off some neat looking shots because they show them in the video. So
I would actually consider getting this. I'm scared of the shipping.
Especially
it's in
coming from the UK. But I also do like the idea of it being on a Lazy Susan.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
You just have to be careful you don't spin it too quickly,
that
I guess.
You move the things. Yeah.
Anyway, Loopy wins this one. It's Iron Games.
Got it. That's it. Yeah, Iron Games.
That is correct. Some people were saying Sierra Madre. No, they make
PAX Premier.
It's not even that expensive, honestly, in my opinion. It's 95 euros for a board. That's a wooden board like that? That seems pretty reasonable.
It does. I think that's the small one, though. I think if you go down a little bit, the big board.
Oh, they're sold out. Well, you know what,
though?
The
early bird ones are. No, this is nice. This is nice.
You know what, though? If they are sold out and then that's all that he's making, then good for him. Then that's what he's making.
Good for him is right.
Man,
all right,
cool.
Chris.
I like this a lot. This is neat. I saw like you watch the gameplay and it's like, I want to jump in there.
Yeah, I wanted to play. That's
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
There's something to be said about that, which is the same thing for Crocono. You watch people playing Crocono, you're like, let me have a go. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
This
in the
comes
closet.
across
Get it
that
out.
way.
That's
right
what
there.
I do.
Do we have one?
We do. We might play it during the Summer Spectacular.
How about I play right now? Goodbye.
This is typically what I do is at conventions, if everyone has a Crocono board out, I just walk by and flick.
In the middle of the game?
Yes, and then just keep walking.
I'm a helper. All right. AracKhan Wars, the card game.
What are your thoughts on that name, Tom?
I really hate the name, but I think the cover's cool.
The cover is cool.
And this one's doing really well.
Okay, so my thought was this is probably very appealing to you because this gives me a very strong Summoner Wars vibe.
It does. I'm a little worried about the card. I don't like all this ornate stuff all over the place. I'm almost like, all right, where's the numbers?
Right.
And there is some text. This is one of those I would have to try before I play it.
For sure.
Yes.
We'll just keep going.
This is a try before you buy, is what I meant.
If you tried before you played it, that'd be a neat trick. This just...
And 40 euros for 4 pre-built decks seems reasonable for this kind of game.
Sure. I think this is going to be a game that, it's going to appeal to people that like these kind of card-based tactical...
The art is very Magic the Gathering-ish.
So many of these kinds of games.
Yeah, this doesn't appeal to me.
I honestly think this might be the most overcrowded pocket of board gaming.
That's a bold statement, Z Garcia.
I'm going to say yes. If you take into account Kickstarter, I think there are more 2 wizards fighting / beasties fighting CCG crap per capita than literally anything else.
Nah.
Come at me.
All right, give me the hammer.
So what's more? Yeah, I'm trying to think of what's more prevalent than that. It's very
I need a
high.
weapon. I can't do it with my bare hands.
It is a very crowded space.
You know where you should catch me?
All right. The next one's also doing fairly well. Cyber Odyssey, where you're exploring the world of New Eden and everyone has red hair.
This is the second project this week where I think I might be interested, but I'm so unappealed. The look is so appealing.
The Weasleys or whatever from Harry Potter.
You got the Weasleys up there.
Wait, are you opposed to people with red hair? I actually don't hate that. No. I think that cover's fine.
That's too many red hair.
What is wrong with you,
soulless
anti-gingers?
Yeah. No, okay, so there's a couple things. I like some of what this is doing. I like the theme. I'm kind of appealed to this kind of, cyberpunky type theme.
Yeah.
My concerns are, I don't really love the look of it. And the other one is that it almost seems like it has a bit of this Kickstarter bloat where they probably could streamline this. It feels like maybe there's one or two too many mechanics.
That I agree on. I think there's too much. When they show this picture of everything, I'm like, woof, that's a lot.
That's scary.
I do like the look. I disagree with you. I don't normally like cyberpunk, but this looks...
In a world.
No, this looks different. I like the cartoons.
All brunettes and blondes have vanished.
Apparently. No, I like those like twins or something. I think that's cool. I think the miniatures look fine.
The miniatures look fine.
That person's fighting with a guitar because that's what you do.
Correct. Yeah, no, this game
She's
does
related to the guy from Mad Max.
Yeah.
I will say this
She's
game
auditioning.
Does not look like it's feeding into too many tropes. I feel like they kind of have created their own thing. I like that. You know, they've definitely created their own world. It doesn't look like every other cyberpunk futuristic game out there.
So stop whining about it then.
I'm not whining. I'm telling you, I'm conflicted on this one.
The bloat, I think the bloat might be real.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what other games that this company has made. The Red Joker.
The Red Joker's done a bunch of stuff,
Yeah,
but they've also
was canceled before.
canceled before.
Oko.
Yeah.
That's the remake, which I never played.
Right.
Yeah, Red Joker's done a bunch of big games. They're like big miniatures kinds of games.
Oh, Guardians Chronicles, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Guardians Chronicles seems so good, except no one could understand the rules.
Yeah.
A bunch of gingers in that too.
What is wrong with y'all? All right. Mitsudomoe-Cluster, the strategy game with balls and rings moving them like a cluster. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Would you say this project is a cluster, Tom?
Here's the thing. I would play this. If you said there's balls and rings, then
I'm in! I would, yeah, okay.
No, I know.
There's
I
so
know
many
you're
things
struggling
I
here.
say and I will not.
But I don't know. I tend to like that picture right there.
Well, see, it was a Nestor Games first, right?
I never played the Nestor game.
Right, he picked it up, and then apparently it cost too much for the material, so he said, look, I'm not going to be able to reprint this. So he said, I'm going to do it myself.
Will you stop?
And
Nestor was like, there's too many balls in this.
There's too many balls. This is too...
this is not affordable.
This is too laden with
All
balls.
joking aside, they're harder to produce because of the smooth side.
Yeah,
Look, it really is a thing.
It is, and the gameplay seems very, classic, abstract, move
I
your
want to
ring,
play this. It
move
looks
your
fun.
balls.
It looked really boring. I saw the play.
Mike, you were doing so well.
I'm just
You were doing so well.
saying the
I'm
rules.
just saying I saw the little bit of play that they show off, and it looks really boring. It looks like one of those games where you look at it and you go, cute idea for an abstract. Why is this game this small? It feels like 2 turns in, I'm like,
Yeah.
I no longer care. Like, it just seems too small. It might be tactically incredibly rich.
It does seem
doesn't look that way.
It seems confining.
Just a bunch of balls.
Yeah. And the trick is you're trying to get your balls to the other side. Am I right? That's how the game works.
I'm moving on.
Yeah.
I dislike you both. All right, War Room, a Larry Harris game, 2nd edition.
Yes.
Now this one is blowing my mind a little bit. We have War Room.
We do.
There's the comments. I can't look at the comments.
Okay.
No. All right. So
right.
we have this in the library. We have War Room plus whatever else it is.
Yes.
It's taking up the spot of like
two whole shelves.
it's one whole shelf, right? And I debated about getting rid of it because no one's played it so far, and then people are like, no, I'll play it. Great. But why is there a 2nd edition of such a mega game already?
Crazy. Yeah.
And it says here it's ever so slightly streamlined.
Right.
So should I buy it if I have the first one?
Right, yeah, they changed the battle system apparently that shaves off a third of the
I'm
game.
throwing that one away right now.
So here's the thing.
That would really upset me if I had purchased that gigantic box.
Yeah.
And then they were like, bam, here's the 2nd edition, we fixed it.
Yeah.
Yo!
I unboxed this game, the first edition of this. It took me 4.5 hours. That's a slight exaggeration. There's a lot going on in this game. Lots of things.
How long is
Also,
the game? It says, 2 to 6
hours? It could go up to 12 hours. It says at the very top.
Yeah, no.
I also made a very noob for Wargamer, I guess, mistake where they have these little things that you push the tokens with.
Yeah. You thought it was a back scratcher?
No, I thought it was something so that you can have a raised platform. And I said it on the unboxing video. If you want to see it, you can see it.
I do remember people were laughing
of
at
course
about that.
not, okay?
Look, what do I know?
Well, read a little more.
There was nothing to read.
Fits on a postage
It was
stamp.
an overwhelming amount of materials. But this is a very well-regarded designer, right? He did Axis and Allies, many other games. This he calls his magnum opus in the little opening video there.
Sure, that's all well and good.
Yeah.
I'm not even opposed to that. There's a place for these giant. This is the Twilight Imperium of World War II.
Yeah.
Fine. I just I feel like there should have been a longer time frame between.
I would agree.
Between
I would say
editions.
this is even more like Mega Civ than Twilight Imperium.
That's kind of
this
what it is, right?
Huge, right? This is just
it's one of those
I
games.
do find it interesting that you can cut out the different parts here.
Yeah, because
except
the
you
map
do that and it's still 4 to 7 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, Pacific's not so bad, 3 to 5.
Right.
And Eastern Front,
There you go.
1 hour.
1 hour.
It's like
That's
a little
kinda
baby
neat,
map.
actually,
That's
yeah.
kind of a neat idea.
It is a neat idea. Yeah, I like that.
No, I'm cool with that. The pieces look great, in at least the edition that we have here. And I'm still waiting for someone in the Dice Tower conventions to play it.
Right.
Because if it doesn't happen soon, it's leaving.
You know how on IKEA furniture they'll have that little kind of cartoon of two people having to carry the box? We need to have that on that.
That would be funny.
Yeah, because
I think we could print that out.
That's a team lift. The War Room is a team lift box.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
All right, we're now going to take a look at the biggest Kickstarter by a mile, and that is The Binding of Isaac Four Souls Requiem.
Okay.
At just in the time of us
$5 million.
in the time of us talking about this, it passed 5 million because it wasn't 5 million when you were looking at it.
It was
just shy.
It's been maybe a couple hours.
Now this is an expansion for a board game based on a computer game.
Right.
It is a computer game that I have not zero interest in. I actually have negative interest in it because of the theme. From what I understand, it's about a kid locked in his basement by his mom, and she's going to sacrifice him. So he escapes and then fights monsters and stuff.
I know zero about this, other than I've heard of it before, just because I guess it's out there in the kind of the zeitgeist. But I know very little, and that's probably being.
I've heard of this video game. I'm not big on pixel artwork, so I never cared. I didn't realize it was that dark. It just looked like a weird little pixelated video game.
I think it's super dark and then uses this silly artwork. And it's like a juxtaposition, type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I also did not know there was a card game version of this.
But
apparently this has been out and it's done extremely well, and this is more stuff for it,
It's an expansion and a big box that you can put everything in, and also merch. I mean, they're making no qualms about the fact that you don't even have to buy the game. You could just go in here and buy merch if you want to.
It's extremely popular.
Yeah, well, there's a fan base for this, right? And that's who's doing this. But I mean, the reason we're mentioning it is it made $5 million.
Right.
So.
Yeah, the game itself, I guess we should talk about a little bit. Didn't look that interesting. Maybe you have to be a fan of the IP.
I would imagine it would help, sure.
But I just wasn't
forgetting the
feeling it.
name of this pledge. That is a lot to throw at one game.
Yeah. Well, I guess you're getting that huge Mega Satan head is coming.
You know that some teenager bought this, right? And he's like, "Hey, Mom, look what I got." How much did that cost?
Right.
You don't want to know.
Has anyone actually pledged for that?
Oh, that's a good point.
Let's find out.
All right, guess before we get there. I'm going to say 3 people did.
2.
Wow.
I'm going to say 2.
Well, it's all gone, I'm guessing.
No, keep going. It's at the very bottom, I think. There you
10!
go. Whoa! Seriously?
Oh, my word!
It's not showing up on screen because we're covering it, but 10, take our word for it. Wow.
And, yeah, but this one, it's 1,300.
What are you doing?
Roy.
I didn't know Roy was moving the thing.
10 backers. There you go.
Wow, I'm getting whipped. Wow,
it's going to be 11 once Tom clicks on it.
It would make more sense, I guess, if I was flinging in the opposite direction.
Yeah,
and
but then
moving
you'd
it.
have to really coordinate that. That's what you practice for.
I think that's all the games. It is.
Yes.
There's more than a few non-game projects here.
Buckle up, folks.
But before we get to those, let's jump to Mark.
Buckle up, folks.
Hey folks, welcome back to our Dice Tower preview recap. I'm Mark, and today we've only got one game to look at. It is Dungeon and Kingdom. So in this one, we're ridding the kingdom of all kinds of crazy types of monsters. And really, it is up to you to gather the right type of heroes at the right time to do so. So you'll be drafting cards from a matrix and creating your line or your array of cards that you will be splitting into 2 things. You're going to be splitting them into a kingdom area and a dungeon area. Now, the thing that's important here is that everything in your kingdom is going to be attacking the monsters that are in play. So you have to position the monsters and your heroes at the right time in the right place. And all the monsters have a specific type of hero that is required to defeat them, along with their victory points. And then on the dungeon side, that is where you get to use heroic deeds. At the bottom of these cards, you'll find all kinds of icons and all kinds of different things they could do. Now, what's really interesting is that the dungeon does not assist the kingdom, but the heroic deeds do allow you to swap position of heroes, move cards around the battlefield, so to say. Lots of interesting choices to be made. The game also offers a way to collect sets. So as you retire heroes, so to say, they move to your treasury, and you're going to be creating sets of gems, and then you can use cards like the Princess to gather victory points based on those sets. Alright folks, If Dungeon & Kingdom looks like it might be something of interest to you, please go check out my full preview. And if you want your game featured as a Dice Tower preview, please shoot me an email. Alright folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Can't outrun a dragon.
The mosquitoes are huge where he lives. That's ridiculous.
All right. We're about to take a look at
That mosquito.
non-gaming stuff. If you ever have these and want to send them to us, I'm looking for one of two things. Cool
Is it some sort of pool floaty with a cover on it?
or ridiculous.
There's another one.
Cool or ridiculous, send them to me at tom@dicetower.com. I won't show them all off because I'm getting a lot these days, but I love to see them. So I always start from cool and go down. So here we go. Hyperdrum Portable Virtual Drum Kit.
You thought this was the coolest thing?
No, I didn't, but it wasn't. The weird stuff's at the end.
I think this is kind of cool, actually.
I think this is not going to work.
I think this is not for me because I'm not a drummer, but I think the idea of it's not a bad idea.
The idea is great.
Why
There is
wouldn't it work?
no stinking way this is going to work correctly.
Why not?
Because this technology never works that well.
Well, I think more. There's no.
I'm concerned at how inexpensive it is. That's what makes me worried that maybe
I'm
it doesn't
telling you,
work well. But
buying exploratory tech from Kickstarter is a mistake.
Obviously,
I get
forgetting that part. I think
This
it's an
is not
interesting
gonna
idea.
register
I want to see somebody
correctly.
doing this on the subway, though.
I do, yeah.
That would be.
That would be
We'd
awesome.
be sitting there going, look at that guy.
That'd be cool. That would be cool, right? And if you were someone who did that, you would try it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not against like the idea of like I want to mess with these things, see how well they work.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a drummer, but I feel like it's not going to register well. Like, oh, this is the the hi hat. It's like that's not what I meant to hit. That's not what's there, and it registered. The
Yeah, the hi-hat, I think on this is on your foot. So there you go, Mr. Drummer.
Okay.
Why would there be a
anyhow,
hi hat on your foot?
I think because you like. Anyway.
we're jumping to rulers. So
I'm just saying, it seems
Last
like it might not
time-
register where
It may
I'm
not
hitting.
work.
I'm worried about that.
last time we got sent a project specifically for Chris about a ruler. Z took offense to that. You weren't here
Oh.
because Z said I like rulers. So this one was sent to me on behalf of you this time.
One ruler to rule them
The
all.
re-ruler. One ruler to rule them all.
Somebody sent this for me.
That is correct.
It's got magnets, Z.
I like magnets.
A lot of magnets. This looks like there's some neat ideas, but I think
I like that putting them together thing.
Yeah, I think that this would only really appeal to somebody who does this who needs this for their like livelihood or something.
And
right?
they no longer need this.
Yeah, probably, right? Because I mean, how many people are really going to be needing all of
I don't
the
know. I think it
functionality?
looks cool. When I was
It
a
does.
kid, I used my ruler as a sword. I can now separate it
Ah.
and have twin daggers.
Oh,
Got it.
tilted sword.
This is a great weapon.
I got you. So it's basically rulers akimbo. That's what Tom's about.
Double mode.
There's a couple of things I think it does well.
I'd actually like that.
It can be a compass.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like that. I think that's too small,
Yeah.
which means that your dots, even if you're like a degree off, like if you're a hair off,
That's going to be way off by the end.
then by the time you get 12 inches out, it's considerably off.
Right.
It's okay. This is okay. But again, these tools are so easily available that anyone who works with this kind of
Wait, you could just buy a ruler?
not that you can clearly buy a ruler. I just don't need my fridge to have a built-in TV because I have a TV,
Right.
And I don't need it to be in the same space. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
like
I do.
anybody who needs to do some of the things this can do, they've got that tool, and they've got that tool that can do a lot more. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is not bad. It's nice. I do like the innovation that goes into combining things, and there are some pretty neat, innovative ideas here. You know what this is missing? A caliper.
All right.
Oh.
Well, that is interesting.
If this had a caliper built in, I might be like, because a caliper is not that easy to implement into other stuff.
All right. What are you doing over there? All right.
I have no idea.
Go,
Mike
bird.
feels me. Mike gets it.
Take
You
your
got it?
dreams
Mike gets it, okay?
to the sky. I was agreeing with you.
Quiet, Ginger.
Anti-caliper guy over here. It's ridiculous.
I'm a ginger father, not a
You're ginger-esque.
disc.
Yeah, you're ginger adjacent for sure.
Yeah, gingerish.
If I let my beard grow out, it would be a little reddish, yes.
Yeah.
Also, I would be told to shave it. All right. Let's talk about Go Go Bird. Take
Bird.
your
Go,
dreams
go,
to the sky.
bird.
This is a Toy of the Year 2021 finalist. This looks fun.
I will tell you, when I was a kid, kid, probably 10 to 12, somewhere in that range, we went to a store on a vacation once, and they had like a much lower tech version of one of these, and I was obsessed with getting one of these things. I wanted it so bad. The idea of, you know, just a flapping bird that you can throw. I don't know why that was so captivating to me as a kid.
There's no way on earth I would be flying it over a pool of water,
and now
though.
you see this.
You know that mine would fall in.
Yeah. This is pretty slick, and I also do like that they showed a demonstration of it flying headfirst into a tree, so that's good.
I know, but for me, I always worry about these flying things because I will lose them.
Absolutely.
Yes. Also, there's not a lot of places we can fly them around here without...
Right. Also,
I think it looks really neat. It looks good. It seems to work. The concept seems to work.
Right.
I like that it looks realistic, like to the point where you could shoot this in like a short film.
You could.
If you need a bird to
glad
go by.
I'm going somewhere different with that, but yeah,
in
you
a
could
short
shoot
film,
this
I was like,
with
what?
a shotgun.
If you want to hunt birds but not actually kill something.
Right.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm saying you could film this in like a short movie or something.
Yeah.
It looks at a quick, like if it's just quick, look when it's coming in right there.
Right.
It looked kind of real. I mean,
Good for a horror film, yeah.
you could just film one quickly. Like if you close up on it, you can tell it's a fake bird, but it looks realistic. I like it.
It does. I wonder if you could use these to confuse and befuddle actual birds.
Probably.
Right? Uh-huh.
Or have your dog or cat chase them.
Oh, now you're talking.
Your cats would
Our
kill
cats go
this.
crazy for birds. Yeah, that would.
Really?
Oh man.
Mike's sitting there.
They
Bird
would.
comes down, blah, 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 blah. Cats.
It's not a helicopter.
Because I really,
I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, because I need to fire up my cats more. They need more incentive to destroy my house. Yeah.
All right.
I
Let's
like
move
it.
on.
I want one.
Yeah, these are pretty slick. I like it.
All right. Wandian. This is 2 weeks in a row now. Now, you missed the amazing mosquito
Yes.
cover to your
I
head
heard
in a
about
pool.
it, though. This is what Mark Streed needed on his little walk there.
Yeah, so this one you put on your wrist. And
Dragon.
my concern with these is I don't believe in them. I don't believe it will keep the mosquito away from you. We live in Florida. I would not test this.
Especially since they're telling you, make your own scent pads. What? So, like, I could just put, like, sriracha on there and it's going to keep mosquitoes away?
That's happening.
Right?
That's how you're getting this.
Why is your
It's gonna
first scent
waft up.
sriracha? Why?
Look, Tom,
If it makes your eyes burn, it's likely to make mosquitoes' eyes burn too.
you do your scent pad your way, I'll do mine. But I'm just saying, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, it just wafts whatever you put in the little thing around you. How is that
It's
going
got
to
a heating element,
Right.
and
Okay.
it's got a fan for distributing that scent. Okay.
Also, this is definitely from one of those, does this ever happen to you?
I want to see this guy at a
moments.
barbecue. This guy at a barbecue must be a riot.
Yeah, this guy can't go to any cookouts.
Yeah.
Right?
I would rather have one of the. They make those. Isn't there like those electronic things that send out a sound effect or
Yeah,
something? I
yeah.
think I'd rather get one of those.
They're supposed to be like frequencies that humans can't hear, but they can. The mosquitoes can hear.
Or just the thing, the blue. The thing that kills them.
Oh yeah, the little zapper.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have that.
Yeah.
That gives
Does that
me.
work for mosquitoes though?
It's, yeah, I think
I
that's
think
what they're
so.
made for. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I know it kills yellow jacket villains.
You can
Or
also
hurts
just get
them.
those.
Hurts them,
You
doesn't
can just
kill
get those citronella tiki torches too. I mean, I just don't understand why you'd want to
is
be
weird.
walking around with one of these.
Two things. It's weird that they're like, make your own. I agree
Yeah.
with that. But also, I looked this up and down and couldn't find where they said, like, you can buy more of these from us on a, like, monthly schedule. I'm like, wait, so great, I'll buy this thing. It comes with some of these. Do you sell more? Do you sell replacements?
So this is like.
Where do I get these? Like, you don't, again, if I was talking about technology on Kickstarter, the other thing you don't want to get.
I actually want that container for some board game stuff.
You can get those.
do
So
that,
those are available. The other thing you don't want is something that's technology based that needs a replacement.
Right.
Anything that's custom to them.
Right. Yeah. This is
Because
like
when that company goes out of business, like 2 months after this Kickstarter is over, then you're done.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Blue Apron. You know, they're going to be sending you new recipes every month.
All right. Blue apron for mosquitoes. Salmon Fish Ita Bag.
This must be a thing that I don't know about.
I was so lost.
Yeah. This must be, I looked at this thing, and I'm like, there's a whole world out there that knows what this is, and I am completely outside of that world because this means zero
it took
to
me this far. I got down to there. I'm like, wait, what is this old bag?
Like very specific.
No, here, when they finally got to like Nintendo Switch, 2 bottles, I'm like, oh, it's a bag.
Right.
With a fish on the bag.
Right. Is it made specifically for Nintendo Switches, though? This is
Maybe
my
someone
question.
could help us out on this. I don't get it either. I just thought it was humorous.
You can change the look of the fish, I guess.
I suppose.
Hooked.
Yeah, but why do you want to see the bones?
Why? Again, this must
Why
be a
do you
thing.
want to see the bones of
Does
the
it
fish?
mean something if you turn it
You
around?
can get extra. You can change the bones up.
Sure.
Maybe the colors
Let me
mean
tell you,
something.
the difference between all those bones are, that's the thing. It's just the color is different. The bones.
Well, if
are
you're
the
walking
same.
around with a purple bone, that means stay away. I'll be like, Z has the purple fish bag.
Maybe it does mean something
Yeah.
with the kids.
I do think this is something that's out of our realm of experience. Like there must be a group of people that knows what this is and is excited about it, but I'm not.
I'm
in
not
that
seeing
group.
anybody explaining what it is.
Seems fishy. All right, Richard.
No one had to say that. All right, we're gonna look at my favorite project of the week now.
Hate it.
Do it.
The Squeek.
Yes. Peace of mind is just a squeak away.
So this is literally a pad that you hide under your carpets. So if your kid, as the kid in this video, apparently when his mom tells him to take a bath,
He leaves the house.
It's just a whoopee cushion array. That's all this
so
is.
rather than locking
Yes.
the door,
Right. Yeah.
you put this under your
put this
mat,
under
he
that.
squeaks, you're like, the chase is on!
Right.
Go!
For all those times when your 5-year-old is surreptitiously leaving your house.
But they also talked about like a dog, like
Right.
if your dog gets in the back door, this way you know they need to go out.
Right.
My dog has no problem telling me it needs to go outside.
Right.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
Like pets aren't like, well, you never came and got me. I was sitting here patiently.
Also, you think a dog's not going to figure out that I step on this mat and my owner comes to me? They're just going to be sitting there.
I know.
You go back.
yeah, if my
You
mom,
know it.
If my mom had one of these,
Right.
it would be tempting for us to be like squeaking and like diving in the room. And she's like, "Who's out there?"
Yeah.
I don't know, Mom. I've been here playing with Legos.
Yeah, I don't know. This is.
I love the idea of this. It's really funny, and the video made me laugh.
Yeah, it's like that scene in Big, right? You can play the piano type thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Also, I feel like if you have a kid who can get out, like the Venn diagram for getting outside your house and being stupid enough to fall for this more than once.
Right.
Like the
very
second
tiny.
time.
It's a very
Yeah,
small.
the
think the kid-
overlap is quite small, right?
I feel like the kid's like, I just won't
Yeah, the
step on
first
that
time you
mat.
catch them,
Right.
they're like, oh, okay.
Right, yeah.
I'll move this next time I'm escaping your household.
Right, exactly.
You got to figure something else out. Put a net around the house or something.
There are so many
Catch that
electronic
kid.
equivalents
Yes.
that you could do for this.
Right.
Electronic equivalents?
Yes.
Are we talking like shock collar? What are
So-
we talking about?
No, but
Maybe you should put this on your outside of your front door, and this is a good way to know when your deliveries are coming.
Alexa lets us know all the time.
Alexa, come on. I don't trust Alexa. This I trust.
All right, the last one, we're going back to games now, because the last one actually is a game. And that's Needle in a Haystack Box. So
Needle in a haystack game.
so they send you a box with a haystack and a needle in it. Don't worry,
plastic or foam needle.
it's a
or
plastic
foam
needle.
yes.
and
you'll
you
be
gotta
okay.
find it.
And then you take a picture and you send it to the guy, and he sends you a prize. You want to know what the prize is?
I did not.
Another box of hay.
Are you serious?
No, I have no idea. I do not foresee many risks.
Oh, I hope not. Like, if I was like, you know what, I want to do
Also,
this for my
look.
kids. Actually, I forgot to look at the price. Did you guys look at the price?
No, I don't know what it is.
All right, well,
I
let's
saw
guess.
it was basically not funding. So
I'm going to guess it's about $20.
I'll say it's 50.
good night.
Also, I'm not trying to be too edgy here, but you open this box up, that looks a little bit questionable.
Yeah, I
to
don't
me.
think your neighbors are like,
Right.
what is that?
Yeah.
It's Needle.
Right. Yeah. Like, if that's going through customs, somebody's paying attention to this.
It's a game.
Right.
I swear.
It's a little-
$15. I mean,
I said what, 20? I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
25, you win.
I was
Oh, that's
close.
a small one. Wait,
Oh,
there's
okay. Well, I didn't
sizes?
know there were
yeah,
sizes.
yeah. It says you pick
Medium
the
is
size.
40.
Medium is 40.
45, but wait, there's more.
Extra large.
60.
How big is the extra
$60.
large? Like fridge-sized
Yeah.
box? That's gonna take a long time to find that
It comes in
needle.
a piano box.
Like, would you think your kids would be like, Dad, thanks.
Right.
This is what
Is that maybe a punishment?
you get the box in your bed, like, kids.
Maybe if the kid misbehaves, you're like, you get an hour in the hay box.
also,
You know what I mean? They got it for an hour till you find it.
my question also is, what's to stop you from just going out and getting some hay and putting a little piece of plastic in it and making your own?
I get the trade secrets.
What are you doing? What do you think this is?
You think Kenny doesn't have 4 of these in the back of his truck like now?
But listen though, what if there's a missing component? Would that be irritating? You could give them something missing.
Wouldn't it be great if he sent one and there actually was no needle?
I got the needle.
None of them are needles. It's a huge practical joke he's playing.
There are no needles.
It's a huge troll. Yeah.
When you email back, he's
Also-
like, the prize is patience. Like some Zen teacher.
Oh my gosh, this cat is brilliant.
Here's another question.
There
though.
never was a needle.
Why do you need a $2,500 funding goal?
That's true. I'm
Can't
pretty
you
sure.
You
literally
gotta
just-
source this
Can't
hay.
you literally just make one at a time?
No,
like a
he's
custom
buying a farm. This
Okay,
is
yeah.
a seed money.
Right, I need this money to make sure that I have a ready access to hay at all times.
Yeah.
How many
My question is, how many cows are going hungry because of this jerk?
All right. All
How
right,
many
folks.
cows are eating plastic needles? This
Hold
is
on for a
outrageous.
second, Roy. All right, folks. I'm going to put a link. I'm going to put a link here in the comments for you to pick your favorite. So
That was audacious, man. That's an audacious thing to
Oh,
sell people a
fantastic
box of hay.
it's time for you to pick
$65.
your favorites.
What we need
Go
to do
in
is
quick.
start a whole line of these. Like,
Yes.
Like it's a saying. So needle in a haystack. How about like bird in the hand? We'll send you a box filled with random things, and there's a bird in there, and you just put your hand in until you have it.
it's
No,
one
it's
of
those little doll hands. The whole box full of
Oh,
it. Bird and some hands.
nice.
There it is,
Right
bird
there.
in the hand.
Yeah.
We're going to Kickstarter right now. All right, Mike. I hesitate.
No,
Was that your pick of the week?
No, it's not. Look, I'm going to try to be serious here. None of the games really were.
So you're
enough.
picking one of the non-games.
I'm going to pick the dice, that Octa, whatever that
I
is
thought
called.
you were going to.
Orbidice, baby.
Orbidice, I think those are slick.
Of course you're picking that.
I'm not going to back them myself because I just don't have a need for dice, but these are neat, and I really like that little dice tower thing, which isn't really a dice tower.
So this is
but-
Mike's. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
this is pretty slick. I like this. I also love that backpack. Look at this way this backpack closes. Ooh.
Is that backpack part of the thing?
No, it's not. I just want to find out where they got that backpack. But anyway, yeah, this is my pick. I do think this is a really slick project. So this is the only dice I think I would be excited about. You know what I mean?
Is this also your pick of the week?
Yeah.
I thought it would
okay.
Come on, really?
Yeah.
With these slim pickings,
Yeah.
this is it. Plus, it really stands out just for how innovative and cool looking it is. Come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
it's so neat.
be. Maybe I'll back this now. I don't know. I'm still debating on
You
it.
get to go inside people's veins.
Yeah, I thought that was
What's
an intestine
yours?
at first.
My pick. I'm going to throw some love to our fellow podcast, The Secret
Yeah,
Cabal.
there you go.
Of 2021. And
have
I like these guys a lot. I listen to them every other Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
They have an RPG podcast. I don't normally listen to that, but I like the board game one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have spherical dice in this
They
project?
do not. We'll go back and look. Is the video still playing? Still playing.
Yep.
Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that. Shake
He's
it.
about
which
to
is
throw the die, and
not
everyone's
doing
about to
anything.
lose their minds.
Look at that. Ooh, that is so
How
slick.
does it stop?
World peace
Yeah.
achieved.
And I like that they showed the inside with the little ball bearing in there too. That was
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah, it's
that was
very
kinda
cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, what do you think the people's choice is going to be?
Oof. Is there a way to put the options up without showing the results yet?
There is not.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're going to pick this week.
What else was there? Was there like the?
Honestly, Tom, I think that Isaac, that game there's a lot of people that like that IP. So.
I'm gonna go with the.
I'm going to go with that Cyber Odyssey.
Cyber Odyssey's a
Okay.
good one, but I'm gonna go with the.
I almost picked this for my pick of the week, by the way.
Oh, the Carrooka?
What's the other one? The go back through them. Let me see. No,
Not the war games.
No.
there was one.
The light, no.
No,
The cards,
no.
no. No. No.
No.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Not enough
I just
wargamers,
don't
I
know.
Well, let's look. Oh, maybe.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
there's
no,
only
yeah,
one.
You gotta
That's
rewind.
hilarious.
I got to put the auto refresh votes on. Neat.
Needle in haystack.
All right, but the
It was
Orbidice.
like literally the top three things are not board games.
Right,
No,
exactly.
no. Well, that's true.
The top
It's
four.
a bit of a rough
Actually,
week.
Secret
Actually,
Caller.
the bird's a legitimate choice.
The bird's cool.
But I'm just saying
cool
it's not
too.
a board game.
It's not.
thing.
No.
All right, so the highest board game is Fighters of the Pacific.
Correct. Yeah.
That's true. I didn't pick a board game either.
Tied with Carrooka. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Carrooka I thought about.
Yeah. This was a rough week. There's Chris Yee cackling in the
I
other
just
room.
heard
about
Chris
something.
laughing. He's always 30 seconds behind me.
I think that must have been when they picked
Even when we're not
Haystack.
live, he
That's
is
correct.
always 30 seconds behind.
That is correct. And there he is. There's his virtual laughing. Ha ha.
Yeah,
ha,
see,
ha.
the Binding of Isaac didn't get a lot of votes because the audience watching us is likely not the same one.
that's
So that's
probably
just how that works.
That's probably true.
All right. Well, there you go, folks. That is all we got for you today. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Board Game Breakfast, a top 10 list tomorrow at 2, and lots of videos going up in the meantime. Check out our contest at the very beginning of the episode. You can enter that if you're just tuning in now. Don't miss out on the contest. Go back to the beginning to see the details for that. And until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Mike Delisio.
And we hit a needle somewhere in this video. Find it.